Wanted to add my voice to, and I know many it's gotten five, and a lot of people have talked about it. So the new St. Stephen's Green, take for example, shopping centre, it's a perfect example. The building at the moment in time is perfect. The design is perfect. Uh, Basically, what I'm trying to say is there's no point in changing that. I'm going to show you the design before. So this is what it is at the moment. So it's this at the moment, which is there's nothing wrong with it. It's kind of iconic. It's been there for years at this stage. Uh, and the government, and obviously mainly Dublin City Council, but we all know it's all this woke kind of shit that they want to push and change things. Like if they got away with it, they would knock down the GPO. To be generally honest, I couldn't trust them. If they got away with the knock down the GPO and God knows what they would do, give it to the developers and make them build flats that are a €500 million a month to it or something like that. Because you know yourself, yeah, you could the government at this stage, and along with the city councils, a majority of the counties and stuff like that, don't care about the old Irish architecture. In many buildings, they just would knock it down at a moment's notice. They simply do not care about Irish history and stuff like that. They just want to make their own history. It's basically, they just want to destroy it to write their own history. Now, straight away, you compare this one. Just this is the one that's here at the moment. There's nothing wrong. It's perfect. It looks perfect. There's nothing wrong. It does the job. It looks good. It's good architecture and stuff like that. There's no problem with it. It'd be different if it was falling to bits. But and this is what they want to replace it with. This kind of just a block. It literally is just a block, and there's nothing really interesting about it. It's just kind of a block, which is fairly dull. It's colourful. You can see the flowers, and I'm sure there wouldn't be flowers at winter time, but you can see the flowers. Different, even the windows, the different designs of the windows. There's a dome at the top, which is it's very pleasing to see. You can see the dome at the top, and they just want to get rid of that. Again, it's just what they're trying to rewrite history. It's the same. If they got away with the GPO, they just knock it down. They probably would. They'll be totally honest. They don't care about Irish history. And this is the thing I need to understand. Councillors and TDs and stuff like that. They don't care. They should care. They really, really should. They'd be totally honest. Arrest these people who are in Dublin City Council who have come up with this proposal, because it's a crime. Literally, is a crime of architecture. The way it works. The building that's there at the moment, it works. People are happy. Well, you can see the uproar online that people are pleased. They don't want spending a huge amount of money to fuck around in changing the new building, spending millions and millions and millions. And the building's there at the moment's perfect. Maybe you might need to do coat of paint or whatever, but you don't need to fucking bulldoze the whole thing and then rebuild it. The way you want to rebuild it. It isn't the way it should be. But we have to see. But hopefully Dublin City Council will take the idea. It's a whole stupid thing, even in other parts of the country too, to talk about historical buildings, just getting rid of history, basically. We see in Boland's Mill, half of Boland's Mill is gone now to make place for a big international company. Take for example, that's a few years ago. Even take for example the O'Reilly House in Dublin. I can't put it taken out. I think it was in some part of the. I can't particularly remember whereabouts in Dublin this, but I remember I talked about it many times. The developers just went in at 6:30 in the morning and just bulldozed it. Didn't give a shit, didn't have permission, just didn't give a shit about Irish history. Just bulldozed it. Like, they literally would do it to any historical house. They simply do not care. These developers, along with, because again, there's loads of money in this too for developers and for councillors and TDs like that. It's simply criminal, this suggestion, that they even suggest in the first place. Because why fix a thing when it's not broken? Let's put it that way. It looks perfect. The way St. Stephen's Green, I was in it before. There's no problem with it. It isn't an issue. I haven't come across one person who hasn't said there isn't an issue. But it's just a perfect example. They just want to get rid of the old Ireland and bring in a new Ireland. The new world order, as they will call it. As the World Economic Forum will tell you. Project Garden 2040, etc., etc. But you know yourself, basically. You know yourself what I'm saying. It's perfect. It's just perfect. The same with the majority of buildings, the old buildings in this country. It's just perfect architecture. They really put their heart and soul into it in many places, even in churches and stuff like that around the country. You can see the effort people went to build the churches and they designed it and stuff like that. Nowadays they're just kind of fucking up things, and they just simply do not give a shit about architecture or history or all that kind of stuff. They simply do not care. So just a perfect example here. It'd be different than made it 100 times better than what is there at the moment. but it's a huge downgrade. Like literally, it's literally we might as well turn into a Soviet bloc at this stage. If we let this happen, we might as well go and stop building the flats that are just no colour in them. It's just like the Soviet Union, which we all know the majority. That's nearly the Irish government at the moment. They nearly are just worse than the communist regime in any country. Like they're starting to get there. Let's put that way. But yeah, let me know what you think. It's just my opinion. I don't know. People might have a different opinion. But it's just in general too of buildings around the country. It shouldn't be happening. Thank you.